affected by service shortfalls during February-March period owing to gas shortages. Most of our customers, some people that say that we don't even know if we are on band deal as a result of the gas shortages in March and February. So there is a compensation. And IBDC has commenced the implementation of the approved compensation for eligible customers. When we're talking about eligible customers, some customers actually have the supply, even though there are shortages. They enjoy the supply during that time. The hours of HOS, we all call it HOS, the hours of supply is being met in their own area. So that area, you don't expect compensation. But in some areas that some people, some people will take by road. They just down because maybe probably there are someone that work remotely. They just die the hours. They just light the social time. They took social time.
And some people are very meticulous about it.
They are very, very meticulous about it. They do it religiously. So in this area, once you are eligible to that and your HOS does not meet the required standard, the required target for March and February as a result of the gas shortage, so we are going to compensate you. And IBDC has commenced the implementation of the approved compensation for eligible customers. Eligible customers will receive compensation as follows. Prepaid customers will receive compensation through every tokens allocated to their meters. Postpaid will receive compensation as credit adjustments applied to their account and reflected in the next bill. So we want you to take note of that. And if you are one of the eligible customers, take note of your bills. We're going to implement that. And definitely those of you that buy token, some people be like, I bought token of 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira. I'm saying this as a result of the compensation. That is what the compensation is for, is to definitely add to your token so as to compensate you for the gas shortages in February.
The more you vended those months, the more money you get as a compensation.
Yes, some people be like, last month I vended 10,000 naira, they give me so units. But this month I vended, they give me more units. That is the compensation.
Part of the compensation.
The compensation has been added to your unit. So that's why you can have that.
Let me get you right.
Yeah.
That means the compensation will not be in form of cash.
No,
it's in form of energy.
Yes, it's energy.
Okay.
We are into energy business.
Yes.
We're not banks. So that's why anything we want to give, it has to be energy. So it's going to come in form of token.
And it's only for band A customers.
It's only for eligible band A customers, not all band A customers. You need to have some band A customers that even their HOS is standard. Is being met as a result of, even with the gas shortages, the HOS is legit. Okay.
What could make that's a band A customer not to be legible?
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, for example, now I'm a band A customer. The minimum is, let's say, 20 hours to 24 hours every day. So let's say for the February and March that we have gas shortages, your 20, 22, 23 hours every day is 100% from throughout that period. You are not eligible.
Okay.
But if there are shortages in some areas, we are unable to meet up as a result of the low allocation of the energy that we have. So if, for example, now some people, they're having maybe 10 hours for that period of the gas shortages. So then you are eligible for the remaining hours. If they say, for example, now you short, let's say 3 hours in the whole month, so the whole period of the gas shortage now. So they're going to compensate you for that as the token. You understand? It's
this compensation is it nationwide?
As far as NEC is concerned, NEC is Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission. I believe it has to be nationwide. You understand?
So as it's happening in IBDC, it's happening in AEDC.
So we are IBDC. So it was, when they are serving food now, if they are serving other discos food and they put IBDC food, I will remove IBDC food because that's where it's
that's our immediate constituency.
That's my own. So for others, everybody will tackle their own issues internally, where we tackle our own issues internally also. So that's where we are now on the issue of the shortage of gas in February and March for the for the eligible banded customers on special compensation.
Right, in case you're just joining us, this is IBD's half hour on Radio Nigeria, Premier FM 93.5. About 20 more minutes to go this morning. The phone line will be opened in a moment, 0803 5504425 or 090 438.
And also, Odogu, sorry for customers that want to check their eligibility status, you can also do that. We have www.ibdc.com/compensation tokens. You can search using your meter number, and also for those of us that be like, I think you're not recharging, you can retrieve your token, without even buying energy. You understand? So with that site, you go to IBDC. When you go to our ibdc.com, you can see there, you click on it, then you input your meter number there, and retrieve your token, load your token on your meter. And if you have any issue at all, you can call our customers care line on any issue, 070 01239999. Thank you very much.
Right.
I think if we are at home now, you're listening to this and you're a bandit customer, just go to the IBDC site, click there, impute, and you don't know, you might actually have a compensation token waiting for you, and you are running low on token already. So recharge and enjoy.
Right, one more time, these two lines are 08035504425, 0901-422-2438, 0705-093-9935. The three numbers you can make use of this morning. Better still go on our social media at PFM935. Yes, you can send your comments or contributions via those channels. We'll respond, and TJ is here. Quickly, TJ, because of time, let's look at safe conditions.
We're talking about safety here. We cannot overemphasize that. Okay, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing. You see, you can actually be passing by in an area and you see people trying to walk on the line, and you look at them, you see like, this person is putting on his slippers. It does not look like an IBAG staff. You can stop them, because fortunately enough, you are opportune to be there.
Yeah.
So stop that person from doing whatever it is that person is doing. Fortunately, there was one accident that happened like that. That was opportune to have been the secretary of that investigation. What happened was, a community man saw one young boy. He was trying to walk on the line. He called him, remove that ladder from there and go away. You're not a diabetes staff. You're not supposed to be doing that. So the man stayed there for a while and told the people in that area that, okay, you guys should make sure that this guy does not continue with the job. So immediately the man left. The guy came back. And while working outside, you receive it there, because obviously there are processes to this. That's why I used to say that before you can work on any of our lines, as IBD staff, we have processes and procedures. Before the line is dead, before we say we want to grind on primary source and the secondary source of the line, you tease the line, then you start your job. People don't understand this. You don't joke with electricity. The guy was working outside. We are not even aware that he was on the line. So supply was restored.
Was there a staff?
It's not a staff. It's a member of the public. So that's why people joke with electricity a lot. And that is why we are here, to tell you that please do not joke. See, in as much as you are a customer, it's our lines, we understand. But people actually dying as a result of being careless around electrical installations is very, very bad for us. We don't want that to happen. As a customer, we don't want to lose lives. As a human being, losing life is very, very tragic.
Let us into some of this carelessness of the people now with the electricity.
Yes, for example, now you're in your house, you're trying to on a socket, it's not on it. You now feel like, okay, there's something I can do. You get a tester, you're trying to work on it, and the supply of your whole house is on. That is an unsafe act, because you are trying, and that is
by mere picking your screwdriver to test whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Because some people, you don't know what's happening. There might be leakages here and there, and some people, they are even very, very funny, because they are trying to do something. Imagine someone is trying to say, okay, let me look at the socket, and he was trying to peel he forgot that the light was on. I might be like, okay, let me use my mouse. At the end of the day, the person received electric shock. He was standing on the ground, and the building is not properly heated, so that will ground that person automatically. Might actually die there. So every little things that you feel like I did something I can do. If your socket is not on it and you want to work on it, call the licensed electricians to come and work on it for you. Do not take don't take your personal safety. Don't play with it at all when it comes to electricity. You don't joke around electricity. If there is anything that has to do with electricity, even the fact that I'm a regional safety supervisor for IBDC, it is not because I am not qualified to go and do that. My own side of things is to make sure that everything runs smoothly when it comes to health, safety, and environment of our staff and members of the public. So that's why we're telling members of the public out there, do not joke with any 220, 230, is just even 60, 50 volts. Don't joke with any amount of electricity. Please, 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 and please. You know why we're saying please is because at the end of the day, even though if all the IBD staff will say let's man each pole and make sure that people don't climb the poles, they don't do any unsafe acts along the line. How many poles can we mount? We cannot even from Ring Road to here safe. We don't finish for life. So that is where we are now. We don't say so. All
the best is this advocacy and creating this awareness and sensitizing the people to stay away.
Yeah, to stay away, because I used to tell people, I said, see, I'm my own safety officer, my own safety supervisor, I'm my own NHSC. You are your own safety officer also. Assess your risk. Everything about life is a risk. You leave in your house in the morning and say, I want to take a bike to work. It's a risk, and there's something we call risk acceptance. So far you accept a risk that is you're not supposed to accept, it can lead to dangerous consequences for you.
So there are other things also at home people do, like peeling wires, connecting
wires, connecting sockets, extension to extension, radio,
everything joined together, even ironing at the same spot.
Yes, some people will connect 3 extensions together, plug in series of things, and also some people will carry extension, plug AC, plug a dispenser, and try to plug hospital on an extension.
Even washing machine.
People just plug anything pluggable. You don't even know. That's why I tell people, I said, see, you rent an apartment, you have to be very, very careful. Talk to your landlord when you move in. There are some hotspots in the house that you don't connect anything that has to do with host plate. You don't do that because you don't know how much
the quality of the wires and the standard of the wires as well, even the professional aspect of the wiring.
So that's why
let's take a message.
Yeah.
This is IB this half hour on Radio Nigeria Premier FM 93.5. That's how it sounds when you have a very active and a delight like TJ in the studio giving you what you want. 0803 5504425 or 0901 422 2438 or 7050939935. The numbers you can call to be a part of our discussion this morning. Looking at US compensation from NEC, and then looking at safety conditions. Very shortly, we'll also be looking at disrespect meters. Some people sent messages asking how best they can get metered. Stay tuned as we pick this bill. Don't go away.
I no fit wait open my shop. You sabi say time na money. Make we hurry. Fire! Wahala dey person shop dey burn. They say all the market don catch fire. E be like say electric don shock baba mufu chai.
Country people, to build house or shop or sell market under power line no good o. Na ogbonge wahala and katakata you dey find so. Market woman, brother, sister, farmer, landlord, and even tenant them. Make una listen well o. If you no gree hear what, you can't go build under power line or sell market for there. If it cause a fire, electric shock, person self fit buy. To avoid this ogbonge wahala, make sure say you comot like 5.5 meters from 11 kV and 33 kV power line for both sides of the power line. That is if na say you wan sell market or build house for there. Anybody when you catch when no gree follow this informate, abeg report and give IBEDC sharp oh. IBEDC, distributing power, changing lives.
Yes, coasting home gradually with a time at exactly 12 more minutes to go this morning on IB this half hour, Radio Nigeria, Premier FM 93.5, hosting the regional safety supervisor this morning, Abraman Tijani. TJ! TJ, back to your line of thought before we pick that very bill.
You see, that's why we say there's nothing like too much safety when it comes to safety, you understand. We just have to make sure that members of the public out there, they know what to do when it comes to electricity. You don't joke around electricity, and also if there's need for you for anything to be done, you make sure that the professionals undo this. Thank you very much, Odogu. So on the DISREP matter that you mentioned earlier, DISREP is an initiative by the federal government. We're trying to meter all our customers, but for now we're doing on band A and probably band B customers. And yesterday I received a call from a customer. I used to tell people that I've worked in almost all the regions in IBDC. So someone called me from one of the regions I once worked. So the person was like, some people came with a DISREP meter and they said they want to install. They said the social person said I should do this. And they said no. They said, but they said the meter, is it true that the meter is free? I said, yes, the meter is free. The person now said, okay, fine. If the meter is free, is it true that I don't have to pay for the installation? I said, yes, also true. The meter is free, the installation is free. So that is the message we're trying to pass out to all our customers out there. We want you to know.
So this meter is different from what
it's different from MAP.
Okay, from MAP.
MAP is a meter asset provider. So those ones is a meter that a customer registered and accounts for and gets a meter. That's where you make payments for your meter. But DISREP is an initiative by the federal government. Sure, you understand. So
that's like the other time they did free metering.
Yes. They do DISREP. They do that. There was a MAF 1 and MAF 2 that time. Those ones are just free meters. And when we say something is free metering, you don't expect us to say meter is free and you say you pay for installation. No.
Everything should be free. Totally. Both the installation, acquisition, everything
thank
free.
You very much.
Taken even care of by the federal government.
Even for MAP too, after making payments for MAP, you pay for your meter, you pay for the installation also. They only needs to reach out to you, contact you and say, fine, this is your house. Can you give us the address to your house, or you come and pick us from the office? They go there, get to your house, they install the meter. That is the end.
Right, quickly, because you talked about metering now,
yeah.
Let's look at the processes of getting metered.
Yeah, thank you.
Someone, I don't know if he's listening to us, ID do, if you're listening to us, TJ is about to give that very information, supply that information that you requested, how to get metered, whether in your shop, whether your wife's shop or your house or whatever. TJ.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, we're talking about getting prepaid meters there. You know, if it's a new resident, you can register. You know, we can register.
New residence, that's a new house.
A new house.
Okay.
You can register now because it's pretty easy now to register. You know, you go to pay.ibdc.com. When you go to pay.ibdc.com, it takes you to a customer login. You know, they're going to ask you email address, password. Then you need to click on the new customer account creation, pay.ibdc.com. Then when you click on the new customer account creation, then it says start new. That is where you start your what? You say start a new application. That's when you start the new application, it's going to have to ask you a series of questions. You know, you need your valid phone number, you need your email address, you know, you need your closest landmark to the house. Let's say my house is opposite your office.
Yes.
You say Radio Nigeria, opposite Radio Nigeria.
Yeah,
That's a landmark.
Okay.
You know, that's been a landmark for years.
That is conspicuous.
That people know that, okay, you're saying your house is around this area. You understand?
Okay.
And you need your what's it called? Your NIN also. The NIN, picture of the NIN, your own passport also. And also you need a licensed electrician, the guy that did your connection in your house needs to vouch for you and stamp that, okay, this is what we need in the house, this is what we want to do, this is what we want to do, because we need to make sure that internally you are well okay before you connect to the grid. So externally, that's why we are in charge. We are in charge from the generation, generate, transmission, transmit, we distribute. So from the from the ISS to the feeder, down to the distribution substation, down to the 415 that feeds various homes, down to where you connect. We connect you from the from the line, then to your meter point. But when it gets to meter point and the meter reads electricity, the other connections
it's purely your business.
It's purely your own business. That's why we don't enter you don't enter into a building and say, this one is this one. No.
And we also advise people to place their meters conspicuously where people could find it, not trying
if I install that in your building itself, they have to install it directly from where the source of the supply, where the supply is coming from. They install it there at a height so that it can be visible.
TJ, we are running out of time. There are other processes and steps. Please quickly run through.
So, you know, when you're done with that, after the registration, you're going to send it down to the DTM. You know, if it's a service center covering your area, you can go to the service center. You discuss with the DTM that, okay, this is, I registered online. This is where it is. It's with the DTM now. You know, DTM will actually go there and do validation. So after that, DTM passes across, it goes to billing. Then billing generates your map ID. You still keep checking the site. You enter your track. When you have your map ID, then that's move you to technical evaluation. That's when you come to the office again. You pick the metering guys to go and check your house. Okay, which kind of meter do you need? Some building needs 3-phase meters because 3-phase is very high. You know, you cannot connect for like 4 or 5 ACs on a single phase meter. You understand? So 3-phase meter, they recognize. Okay, fine. You're going for 3-phase meter. They do the technical evaluation. After technical evaluation, for map process, you make payments. After the payments, they allocate you meter. After the allocation of the meter, they come and install your meter. You are good to go. So that the process is very seamless.
For those that are not ICT compliant, what happens? You
know, if you're not ICT compliant, you go to our nearest office, you know, either the service centers or the business hub. You enter there and speak with a customer care representative that you want to open an account, and from there they are going to put you through. You know, they'll ask you to get those information that you need. They are going to assist you with the registration, because in as much as we're distributing power, changing lives, we need to put customers through also. You know, when we have you connected to the grid, that's where you are a customer. Don't be a consumer, you know. That's why you use our energy without paying. Be a customer. Thank you very much.
Right, quickly, we are almost done with the time at exactly 5 more minutes to go. Okay. This morning we looked at compensation from NEC, that's Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, and that's purely for Band A customers. Yeah. We also looked at safety conditions, what you need to do, maybe as a customer, to run away from electrocution and possible hazards. Other information were left behind. I know you also talked about the SREP meters, metering. Other things that are missing out here, let's quickly brush them up and then sign off for today.
Yeah, you know, for all our customers out there, you know, we're talking about IBDC is a private company. This is a business. And we are in the energy business. We give energy to people and we expect people to make payments. For all our customers out there, we are telling you that for those of us that are on postpaid bill, let's make sure that we've received our bill by now. Let's make sure that we make payments on the bills. Please, don't let it get to a point that people will now have to come and disconnect you and you're not paying the connection fee. Some people, I don't know, maybe they're comfortable with our people coming to disconnect them, then they pay rec fee. And when you pay a connection fee, That's a huge amount of money. That some people that covers
The money
their own
is
electricity bill.
plowed back
Yeah.
to picking your bills.
Yeah, you are paying it for the connection. So please, don't let us say we don't want you to get to that when our customers are coming to your house to say we're going to disconnect.
Teacher,
it for non-payment.
I remember there's something we left behind, picking bills through third party or second hand or through somebody. We are trying to, in a way, advise people to stop that. You don't pay through anybody.
You
that
don't pay
presents
through
himself or
anybody.
herself
You-
as IBD system.
once you have your bank app, you have IBDC Pay on your phone, you can use IBDC Pay. Yeah, you go there, you put your postpaid account number or your prepaid account number, you make your payment. Even though you don't have a means of printing the receipt. You understand? You can easily tell whoever comes to your house and say, okay, have you made payment for this month? You can tell the person that please check my account record. It's going to be there that you've made the payments. And when they see that you've made payment for this account, then you're good to go. We don't have any business with disconnect. We don't want wires, disconnection wires in our office. No. What we want is customers that make payments on time. And for those of us, please don't bypass your meters. Please, and please. Let's make sure that we use energy safely.
That's another topic of
Yes,
discussion.
for another day.
Possibly
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
Right,
Thank you very
I
much.
worked with TJ Abraman Tijani, the regional safety supervisor for IBDC. Emeka Darlington Ara is here, the electrifying lady. His Excellency is also in the studio, and the young man that manned the ICT section. Right, I don't know, but maybe next week I will get your name. Yes, SSS student for Moses Moreni KG, the producer of this program. Until next week, where we shall come your way again. This is yours sincerely, the Light Up Ambassador, signing out. Have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye.